wasn't fixed.
It wasn't fixed. Okay, so we can look at it together one. So you go to applications, you go to system tools, then you go to the terminal. That is what is going to take you to this place. And it's the same thing that I have. Mine is black and this one is white. And this is how we access the system. So put this command, IP-A.
So the IP-what?
IP-A. There's a space in between the IP and the A.
Excuse me, are we all doing it together or it's just?
Yeah, we are doing it together.
You say A or 8?
A. So it means IP address. You want to see your IP address. What did he say? Put IP, then one space, then dash A. Let me see if it comes again. Okay, so put if config. No, it's one word. And enter. Okay. So why is IP not working? Put IP space ADDR. Okay. What we are looking for here is the interface. So if you look at, we are going to, when we get to networking, you are going to understand this, but if you look at the number 2, it tells you innet. So the first innet right after the link, it's your IP address, 192.168.1.169. That is going to be your IP address. So everybody pick that number and write it somewhere. That is what we are going to use to access your system remotely.
Can we do it all over again, please?
Okay. So Francis, close this. Close it all together. Use the no. There we go. Yeah. Close it. And close that one too. So this is how your system is going to look like once you log in. So you go to applications, all the way up there. Then you go to system tools. Then you go to terminal. Click on it. And it's going to bring you here. Sometimes it's going to ask you to log in. Right? If it doesn't get straight into your login like Francis or whatever. So all I have to do is put in the username that you created, and then you put a password. Remember, when you are typing the password, nothing is going to show. But it does not mean it's not working. It's working, but it's running behind. So you put enter and you are here.
Just a quick question. Is that usually for the root or that's for the user as well?
That's for the user as well.
Okay. But in certain cases, when I did when I was logging in as a user, it was working. I don't know whether it's because I did not assign, I did not assign them as the administrator. But for the root, whenever I went to type in my password, nothing was showing.
Oh, we can look into it. But as long as you have a root password, it should work. So
yeah, but I was able to log in.
Oh,
to your point, whenever I was typing it, it was not showing. But whenever I hit enter, I was able to get into it.
Yeah, so that is one security feature of Linux. When you are typing a password, it's not going to show anything. When you enter the wrong one, it's going to tell you you've entered the wrong password. If you enter the right password, it's just going to go straight into it for you. All right, so once we have that, you type in IP space A. Then enter. Yeah. So when this one comes up, you are looking for, we call it interface. So that is going to be like your modem name or whatever your system is going to call it in the config file. So this one is number 2, which is ENPOS3. And you are looking for below there, you see a link, and then right below the link, we have the init. So the init is going to be your IP address. I'm not going to give details till we get to networking, but I want you to know this is how you get your IP address. And for every system, need an IP address for you to get access into it. If you go all the way down, you are going to see other IP address with VI. If you see VIR, it means virtual IP that the system has already created. So those ones are being created by the system, not you. So now let's put our IP address on the side. So once we copied that, Francis, open a new browser. We are going to download. SSH communication tool. The tool that we are going to use for this class is called PUTTY. P-U-T-T-Y. Francis, you copy it to the site. No.
How do I copy it?
You have to write it down.
Oh,
you can't
sorry,
copy it this here. Write it down.
Okay. And these are the first few numbers, right?
No, the first 4. So it's going to be 192.168.1.169. That is going to be your IP address. You don't have to add a /24.
Okay. All right, and you want me to open another browser?
Yeah, open another browser. Open Firefox down there. You don't have to download the Firefox inside the Linux machine. You are going to download it on the Windows machine. So close this browser. If you close, it's going to close everything. Yeah, so go into your Windows machine. Go into your Windows machine.
Windows machine, as in.
You see the Firefox all the way at the bottom? Not that one. The one come all the way outside that.
Okay.
Yeah, all the way at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This initiative show that we are practicing what we are teaching.
Your browser is not showing. All right, that's okay. Okay, right here. So you put in, go to the top and clear everything. And then put PUTTY, P-U-T-T-Y. Yeah, go to download. Yeah. So we are all going to download this. Go down. Yeah, you can download the first one or whichever one works best. Go up. Can download the first one.
I see a couple of them. Is there a particular one you want us to download?
No, you can party that comes in so many forms. Just download the first one.
Support well being. For example, the 2013 World Economic Forum
Somebody is listening to something outside the class. Can you mute yourself?
will result in a 0.75% growth in GDP per capita.
Okay. I'm going to post a link in here and see if we can all use that link.
I think that would be very helpful.
Yeah, because it's just given.
There are just a couple of them. Nobody wants to. Nobody wants to invite any.
So try and download that. Let's see if it's going to work out like the way we want it.
Are you going to put it in a WhatsApp chat?
No, it's in our chat, in our group chat.
Okay.
In the check the Zoom chat. Oh. All right, so now you can stop sharing and we'll get back whilst people are trying to download that. Okay. So let me. All right, so over here, all that I was trying to show you is when we come to this point, right? Mine looks like this. I'm using CentOS 8, so I have to log in. Then I get to the same page. I do my IPA, then I find my IP address. So after getting my IP address, which is 192.168.1.223, I can just lower this one and then launch my party. So go in after when you are done. When you are done installing. Oh, there's my party. Yeah, it's gonna come like this. Whilst you are downloading that, I'm going to put another one, which I prefer to Paddy. I'm showing you Paddy because majority of the companies use that. I'm going to put another link, then we are going to download what we call as mobile STEM. In the chat. Oh, I can't find the chat. Interesting. Why am I not seeing the chat? I just posted something in our chat and now I can't find it. I see that.
So, right, exactly what are we asking us? Are you asking us to download in the second one?
It's the same kind of party. It's also going to help us to connect to our system. I'm going to explain once we have everybody downloaded so that we can move forward with that.
Yeah, right.
Because when I clicked the link, it took me to
Somebody,
Yeah, right.
yeah, me.
I don't see the link from the WhatsApp chat.
No, not the WhatsApp chat, the Zoom chat.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Adele, go to your downloads.
Okay.
So everybody, you go to your download where you have downloaded the files. So you double click on the first one, mobile stem. Then you use the NA, you use your zip thing, you unzip it. Choose the second one. And then extract, select it on the right side and go to extract. Yeah, you can put it back in the downloads, select downloads and go to select folder. Yeah, that's it, select folder down. No, on the right side, down.
Okay.
So open folder. So you have to double click on the application to install it. The top one. Okay. So there you go. You have mobile stem. You can ping it to your taskbar. So right, you go down there all the way on the, access, allow access. So you go all the way down and right click and ping to taskbar. Yeah, there we go. Now you can close it. Or you can leave it open, whatever. Go back to your downloads. You can leave it open, go back to your download. Now install the PADI. Double click. Yeah, double click on that. Go to next. Okay, you already did. But you can go to repair. Go to repair. And go to finish. You can also open it, go to your desktop.
Oh, sorry.
Or maybe you can search, go to the search on the left. Yeah, put PADI. Yeah, there we go, there it is. Double click on it, it's gonna open. Then you can ping it to the taskbar like you did for, close this one, not here, close this, yeah. This is your PADI, what you're looking at right now. So you can ping it to the taskbar. Right click on it. Right click on it. It's a left click or something. No. Pin to the taskbar. Okay, there we go. So are we all following? This is the two things that I need done. Then I'm going to explain.
I've been lost. I've been lost, but hopefully I can catch up.
Let me stop sharing.
Yeah, I think part of it is my screen. It keeps kind of bumping into what is being shared. So it looks very similar. But I think I'm on the right path.
Okay. So at this point, we are, apart from Francis, we are all supposed to be on the same page.
So you want us to pin the mobile. Let me share my screen if I'm on the right. If I'm not doing everything right. Does it look right?
Yeah, it looks right.
So what do I need to do at this point?
You don't need to do anything, just leave it open. Or you
How
can
about
ping
the
it.
party?
Yeah, party to the same thing. When you open and you see it, you just ping it to your taskbar so that you can easily open it as an application. All right, so
it's telling me to repair.
yeah, just go ahead because you've already installed it. You can go ahead and do a repair, or you can just leave it.
But that cannot be pinned at the taskbar, right?
Yeah, it should be able to ping at the taskbar.
I don't see.
Yeah. So now that we all have that, let's move forward. Let's go back to our documentation. Okay. So basically, we are going to do introduction to Linux at this point. So if you go into your Linux machine, let's do this. So I have all this, I'm actually in one of the machines. So what I'm going to do is,
we are still viewing Francis's screen.
Oh, okay. Francis, can you stop sharing?
I did.
Can you see my screen now?
Yep.
Okay. So this class, we are learning how we are going to access our system, right? And as you already know, I'm just going to try and follow the documentations to make it more easier. We created what we call as root, and then we have system users and we have normal users. When we're doing the installation, we created root, and then we created a normal user, which was like, I think the name was Bright1 or maybe whatever name that you put in one. And then we gave it a password. Apart from recreating the root and the normal user, the system also creates what we call as system users. You don't have control over that. The system also creates a network called virtual. That is for the system, it's not for you. So those are the three users that we have on every system. We are going to get the root user, which is going to be the super user. You have access to almost every command in the system, unless you specifically take away the right of the root. The system user is there. You don't have control over it much. It starts systems and bring it down. It starts daemons and bring the daemons down. It does whatever the system needs to make sure it's up. A normal user is like me and you. We create our own login, and then we can also give like access to other people. For you to know who is on your system, you can put in this command. You cut what we call an ST password. But before we move on, I want us to get access into PADI, and then we can look into the system file hierarchy for us to understand what is really going on in a Linux system. So there are so many ways of accessing the Linux system, and these are some of them. We are actually going to do remotely, log in with PADI and mobile STEM. What that means is, for instance, myself, I'm able to work on a system which is sitting in Toronto, but I'm right here in the United States. So how do I do it? This is some of the avenue that will allow you to get in. So we have what you call as SSH, so secure system. So Linux is able to make you get a secure connection between machines. And what that means is it's going to act like you are actually like typing on the actual machine, but you are not. There is a connection because of what we call as secure or SSH running on port 22. You can change the port to whatever that you want. Depending on your company, they can change the port. But majority of the time, the secure port is 22. So, and what a port means is it's an entry point. So there's going to be an entry point connection between your machine that is in the United States and the machine that is in Toronto. And the machine that is in Toronto is going to allow you to work on it because it feels like it is secured. There is nobody interacting it. If anytime there is an interaction, it will go into the logs and the connection is going to break. The way you access it is using your IP address or your host name. The only time you can use your host name is when you have a DNS host or DNS server set up. Or if you're on a local system, you can put the same information in your Etsy host. We are going to get there. You understand what is called Etsy host. And then etsyresolve.com. We are going to get there. But what I'm literally trying to tell you is it's possible for me to be working on a computer in Africa because of this particular application helping out. So that is exactly what you are going to do. And we are going to see the advantages. When I'm in mobile STM or PADI, I'm able to copy from online and paste the command. When I am inside this specific machine, I will not be able to copy anything outside and paste. So that is one disadvantage of logging into the machine manually. But it's very important, like if the machine is not coming up, we have what we call as console. The console will also give you access directly to the server. Even though the server is sitting in Africa, it will help you go straight. It's like you have a monitor connected to the laptop or desktop and you are looking at it. Sometimes the machine gets locked. The only way you can get in is through the console. We have what we call as iDrag, ILO. I'm just mentioning it. I'm going to show you, then you get to appreciate what it is. So I'm just giving you an idea about the reason why remote job is becoming very popular, because we can literally do everything, almost everything, unless we have to physically go into the data center and take off the plug on the computer or server and put it back. That's what we call as power drain. You drain the power from the computer, then you put it back for a reason. When there are so many reasons that we have to do that. But aside that, there is no reason for me to be in the office because I can literally do everything remotely because of some of these applications. So now let's take our IP address. And before we do that, everybody go to your machine and put this command. It's called ping www.google.com. So what this ping command does is it's going to go to Google. Are you up or you are down? That is all that is going. It's just going to go to Google's doorstep and knock. So then Google will, I'm inside, then it will be recording so that I know that Google is up. When I press enter, this is what is going to happen. It's just telling me, oh yeah, for you to cut out of this, you have to press Control Z. Either than that, it will keep going, right? So when I see this report, what that means is, if you check the time, it took 19.1 seconds, go to all the way to the far right. It took 19.1 seconds. I'm not able to select that. That's why I'm not selecting it. It took 19.1 milliseconds to reach Google. And then it went on Google IP 142.2 250.191.164, right? If you ping Google for another time, it might give you a different IP address, or it might give you the same IP address. In this case, it gave me a different IP address. Now it's giving me 142.250.191.196. The first one was the last three was 164. All right, so with that being said, if you're able to ping Google, let me know. If you are not able to ping Google, let me know before I move forward. So it looks like everybody was able to ping Google. Now we go to our mobile extent.
No.
You were not able to do that. Can you share your screen?
Okay.
All right, just share your screen, and if I'm moving fast, you let me know. I think somebody's saying I'm moving fast.
You said the command is ping.
Yeah, do you guys see my screen?
Oh, so
Do you have to type something first before the ping?
No, you just put ping space www.
pin PIN.
PING. Can you see my screen? I thought I was sharing.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, let me stop sharing, then you share your screen. Okay, so put PING space, put, so I'm going to limit it so that you don't get stuck in there. So you put slash, no, not slash, dash C, then maybe let's do it 3 times 3. Put the number 3, then space, then www.google.com. Okay, so what this means is the ping command is just, it sends a message. So that C3 means do it 3 times and stop. So press enter. There we go. It went in 3 times, then it stopped. And it's giving you information down there. 3 packets transmitted, 3 received, 0 packet lost. The time it took is 2017 milliseconds. So this means that your system can go into Google and come back. So your system there is no network issue with it, it's up. Are we all here? All right, now, Adele, go to your mobile STEM.
I should go to.
The mobile STEM application.
Okay.
I hope you have your IP address written down.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what we are going to do right here is to make sure that we're able to connect on our Linux system. From our Windows, we are going to connect to our Linux system. So in this case, if you had 2 machines and you did one installation on the Linux system, your Linux system will be sitting somewhere, and then you are going to access it with your Windows system. That is basically what this thing is going to do. So we are going to create what we call as a section. So a section is just like communication between 2 machines. Now let's go to section. On the far left, there we go. Click on it. Then it's going to ask you what kind of connection do you want. We want to do SSH. Yeah, click on it. And now it says remote host. That is where we put the host name or IP address. Now we have the IP address, so we put our IP address.
You bring the dots.
Yeah, you bring the dot. The dot is part of the IP address.
Okay.
You put 2 dots in there. It's gonna fail.
Oh, sorry. Yes, it says dot.
You put 2 dots in there, it's gonna fail.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay. So now it's asking you to specify username. Go to the next box. You click on that, click on the box. Yeah, the reason why we are doing this is so that next time when we log in, mobile STEM is able to keep your records so that you don't always have to put in your password to log in. When you change your password, when you come over here, it's going to tell you the password is not correct. You have to retype it to establish the connection. So you delete the default and you put your username, the one that you use to log into the machine.
Okay.
It's like, are you sure your username start with capital A? Remember, Linux is case sensitive. So if the Adele is small a, it will not work. There we go. Okay. So now, no, I don't think there's a space between the 5 and Adele. Yeah. So let's go to bookmark setting. You don't have to do this, but it's kind of good. Bookmark setting. Yeah, you don't have to do this, but it's kind of good. You would like to give your section a name. Section name over there. Yeah. So maybe you can call it my Linux practice, Linux section, Linux class, any name, so that is going to reflect in mobile STEM instead of remembering the IP address of all your machines. I'm going to show you why. So put whatever, maybe Linux class. Don't put space in them. You can put underscore, hyphen, anything. I don't think anything is going to happen when you put spaces, but Linux does not like spaces. Okay. So you can even decide to give it a custom color on the tab or whatever, but it's not really necessary. If you want, you can do that. So at this point, you go to OK. Yeah, then it's going to ask you for password. So put in your password. Wrong password.
That's the password.
Mm-mm.
Right, do you want us to, do you recommend that we save the password?
Yeah, you save it. This is your own environment, so there's nothing wrong with you saving your password on your machine.
He's asking for a master password, or we should just.
It's just the user password that you have. Like I told you, it's very case sensitive, right? So if I put in a wrong IP address or a wrong password or a wrong username, it's not going to allow me. Remember,
the username, I did space. Oh,
space between the 5.
yeah.
Go to your system. Go to your system. Minimize this one. No, not that one. Go to the yellow one. The yellow is going to be your system, yeah. And now log off. Now log in again.
Space. Hit the space. Hit space.
Okay, thank you.
So you have space between the username. Okay. So then you go back to mobile STEM and add the space.
So should I log in now, or I should?
Yeah, go to your mobile STEM and go to where you have the 2020 Linux class and right click. No, select it again. Yeah, right click and go to edit section. So go in there and add the space. Let's see if it's gonna work. Learners don't like spaces. Trust me, next time don't put a space in your name. So over here, it's gonna ask you press enter to exit R. So you're going to press the R to restart it. But it's going to ask you the password again. Now put password. You see, for some reason, even if you put the space, it's still going to. All right, let's try this. Go back into your system and put in your password. Let me put this command. User mod. So user modification space. Adele. Oh, no. Before we do that, go back, clear everything. Go to ID space Adele 5, the way you have it. Space 5, enter. So add the 5 to the Adele. Let's see. ID space Adele 5. No, don't add that space. Yeah, let's see if it's gonna pick up. Okay, so go back again, do ID Adele. No, don't add it. There's a space between the ID and Adele. Then you put a backslash 5. Enter. Go back, do a /. Let's see.
ID.
Yeah. Five. Don't search user. Okay, go to cat space etc // etc PASSWD. WD, not WOD. Enter. Do we have any user called Adele? Oh, Adele space 5. Oh my gosh. Okay. Give me a second. Let me figure out this thing. Before that, whilst you are waiting for that, go ahead and do this thing. User add. User add ADD. Space. Space Adele. This time don't add the don't put a space on the 5. 5. if you want to add it. Then press enter. Is the R, come on now. Come on now. Okay, Adele, switch to root. Why did you get here?
I don't know.
So go to applications, go back to, no, so your terminal is down there. Not that one, yeah, where we have the A5 bright. Click on that. Click again. Okay. So switch to, go over there and switch to, go to SU space dash, then enter. This time you put in your root password, not your user password.
Okay. Done.
Okay, so you go to user add space, put Adele, and put like, if you want to add a number, fine. If you don't, that's fine. Put 6, let's do 6. Enter. Now go to password, PAWD space Adele 6. Enter. Put a new password that you remember.
Enter.
Yeah, you enter. It's gonna ask you again. So retype the password. All right, so go to ID Adele 6. ID space Adele 6. Enter. All right, now that we have a user called Adele 6, let's go back to mobile STEM and change from Adele space. So this is, you see, this is one of the challenge. Linux does not like spaces. So go to your right click and go to edit section. And then you change the name, the username. Okay. Now let's do the R. Put in your password. You know what, close this section, close it out. No, not like that. You see the times over there on the top, close it. No. Where we have the 2020 Linux, right on top of where we have the pink, there is a sign, there's a, no, to your right. Right. To your right. To your right, up a little bit. Right there. Close that. Yes. Now open your mobile step again. double click on the 2020. Yeah, double click on it. Okay, now enter the password for Adele. Go to yes. So now once the password is successful, it's going to ask you, do you want to save it? You go to yes. Now for you to secure and your whatever password, you have to put the master password. So you can put a master password in here.
Should it be the same or?
No, it should not be the same, but you can put any master password just for the party. You go to okay.
So in this case, okay.
So your system is now in the party section. You have to do IP-A. No, there's a space between the IP and the IP space A. Yeah, enter.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
If you don't, what happens when you don't put in a master password?
It wouldn't do anything. Your system will be up, but the master password makes it more secure. You'll still be able to connect to your system, but the master password makes it more secure.
But I'm asking that because anytime you log in, it will obviously ask for your password before you get into the section.
Yes.
So it's like this one is a check or something there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is going to be like the master password. So let me show you. Let me go back to my screen. Adele, stop sharing.
Okay.
Are we all here? Were we all able to log into mobile STEM? Let me share my screen. Are we all able to log into mobile STEM? So if you look at where's my section? Okay, let me. Oh no, this is what I'm looking for. If you look at mine, I have a lot of machines, right? Alfred, to answer your question, I have a lot of machines. And all these machines that I have, they are in mobile STEM. Let me show you. All these machines are in mobile STEM, all of them, right? So I can just right away click on this and it's just gonna go inside. But before, if you have the master password, before you enter into the first machine, you have to enter your master password before you enter into the first machine. Then going forward, you'll be able to have the section. What's going on with my, okay, my master controller is powered off. All right. So, oh, okay. Sorry, break time. We've already been in this for 1 hour. We are going to take 8 minutes break. Then we'll be back at 10. Okay, so the Linux file system hierarchy, we start from the root and then every other branches come right inside the root. All right. So we have bin, boot, all this. We are going to see we have the temp file, which is temporary files. And anytime you have temporary files, if you keep something there, you do a reboot of the system, it's going to go away. So we have prog, which is process information. Now, let's look at the way it is. The root is sitting on top, and all these are going in as branches onto it. We have bin, which keeps the binary files, we have boot. Anytime you shut the machine down and it's coming up, this is where it will go in. This is where we have our kernel. So kernel is what sits between the hardware. Hardware, what I mean is your memory, your hard disk, your CPU. The kernel sits in between those physical machines and then the user interface. The user interface is something like this. So here I am able to interact with the machine, and then maybe I put who am I. Anytime I put who am I, I'm able to read who am I. How does the CPU, memory, hard disk knows that I'm putting who am I in there? It is the work of the kernel to do that. So the kernel is in between your user interface, which is something like this, and then the hardware. So moving forward, that's what the kernel does. And this is the etc. So etc is just for configuration. When we talk about configuration, it means settings. In Windows, you see the settings with the spinner and stuff like that. So it's the same thing over here. That's our etc. So any configuration, that's where you have to go in there and do the changes. Configuration means I can change certain stuff on my system, right? And then we have user, USR. Those are for shared files, like maybe if I want to install Java, if I want to install a whole lot, that also goes in there. We have the var, which means variable. So variable, the main purpose and one of the important, it keeps variables. Like anytime I put a command in there, Linux will record it. When somebody log into the system, Linux will record it. When you put a wrong password, Linux will record it. Every single thing that you do on this system is going to be recorded. And that is where the var comes as very important too. Like you come here, we have the var logs. So a log is a record of what is happening. So it logs almost everything inside the system. And this is temporary files. You keep like temporary files. If I want to install something and then delete whatever I've downloaded online, I keep it over there, then I'll delete it later. So this is basically like a brief idea about the Linux hierarchy. You can read all this, which is very good. You have to read it to understand how the Linux system works. So I just gave you a brief on how all of them works. Now let's go into our system. Everybody, you can follow. For me not to be putting in my root password or whatever, I'm going to switch to root by putting this command. So let's say super user, then I come in here, I put in my root password. Now, when I put who am I, you are asking the system who you are. It's going to tell, oh, I am root over here. Over here, I asked the system, who am I? He said, I'm Nana. Now I switch to root, it's telling me I'm root. If I want to clear what is on my screen now, I can put a command called clear. Then it will clear everything. Right? Now, we said Linux hierarchy start from the root. Okay, so let's do this. Put this one over here. Let's see. So we said Linux start from the root all the way. Let's come back to this picture. So when I say CD, if you did the homework, you understand what is called CD. If you did the homework, you understand what is called CD. Francis, what is a CD? When I put a CD, what is the meaning? Are you still there? Can anybody answer the question so we move forward? What is the meaning of a CD?
Directory.
Clean directory. So anytime you don't know what, like whatever that you put in there, you can go what we call as a manual page to find an idea about it. So let's get out of this. It's called man cd. So cd means change directory. In Linux, it's called directory. In Windows, it's called folder. So cd means change folder. In Linux, it's change directory. So it's the same thing. So we are going to change directory into this place. We say root is the mother of everything, right? So we change into that. And then we have another command called ls. If you did the homework, you should know what is called ls. Can somebody tell me what is ls? Ofege, if you are speaking, you are on mute. Did you say something or I missed it? Okay, so ls means, so I don't know ls. I'll go to man ls. Then it list directory content, right? So that's the meaning of ls. And then I can read about all the options that ls has for me. So that's one powerful documentation of Linux. So now if I want to get out of this place, I press the kill, then I'm out. I'll come back to.
What did you press again? Q?
Yeah, kill, yeah. So now, yeah, we said ls means list what is in there. So I'll press ls, then this is the list, right? If I want to see the list in this format, all right, I have to put an option, ls-l. So it's going to list the same thing, bin, dev, home, blah, blah. It's now listed this way, bin, dev, boot, dev, blah, 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 all those things. The reason why I'm doing it like I want to make it more comparable to this one to show you that everything starts from the root, which is right here. And now it's going all the way down, right?
Yes.
Can somebody tell me the meaning of PWD?
You what?
PWD. I don't know the meaning of PWD. So as a Linux person, I go to, is what?
I don't know if it's password. I'm just guessing.
It's a print name of current working directory.
Okay, so PWD is not password. It's I know it's kind of a little bit tricky. Like you are putting in password, you spell PASSWD. That is password for Linux. You don't have to add the O and the R. So you get more familiar with it. The more you put it on the command line, the more you understand it. So man on PWD, we already have the answer. We said it's print working directory, but let's check it out. So it says print name of current or working directory.
Man, PWD.
Yeah, so you can read about it and then you get more familiar with it. Now I press my kill, I'm back. So I do PWD. It's printing my working directory. I'm currently in slash. That is what that means. It means whatever that I'm doing, I'm currently sitting in slash. Remember, I changed directory into slash over here. And then all that I did was to list the content of where I am. I changed directory into this one and I list the content of whatever it is here. Is it making sense? So the same way, I'm here, right? I cd into slash, then I change directory into this line. Apart from that line, I can cd into the bin, I can cd into boot, into etc over here. And then when I list the content, I will see what is inside it. Now let's try. Can somebody choose one of these so that we CD into it? Anyone?
Media.
Media. So what do you think is going to be the command for me to get into media?
Will be
just say it's like, don't say the command, just put it in Windows form or anything, then we'll put it into Linux command.
open media folder.
Okay, so folder is a directory.
Yes.
Open means we want to go into it. So
Yes.
we are going to use change into this directory.
Okay.
I'm going to
So
go
we
to
CD space
correct
media.
Media. So the media, you don't have to spell the whole media. If we have only, if I have only M and I do tab, right, it's going to show me all the items with M starting with it. But when I put the E, because media is the only one starting with ME, and I press tab, it's going to spell it out for me. That is one good thing about Linux. So now when I go to enter, I'm currently in media. I want to see what is inside media. What do you think I'm going to do if I'm in Windows or whatever? But if you can go straight into Linux command, that's cool. How do I?
Hold on. When I do CD space
ME.
ME.
Then you press the tab key.
Oh, tab.
Tab. Okay.
Okay.
CD.
I kept entering enter. So you can do CD. and this CD space ME tab. And then you do the media slash for you.
Yeah. Then
at that
now
point you hit enter.
You can hit enter. Now I'm inside media. I want to see what is inside media. What command do you think I'll use from the homework?
It will be ls
space
me tab.
No. So what is ls?
You listing everything.
Oh.
So now you get it. So we use ls, and then so this is telling me there is nothing inside the media.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So once you get into the media, you don't need to reference media again.
No,
because you're already in it.
You're already inside the media.
Okay, gotcha.
So let's do this thing. If I want to know where I am, what command would you think I'll use? We've already used every command that I'm asking you, we've used it right now. So now if I want to see where I am right now, what command do you think I'll use? It's like I want to know my location.
Where am I?
No, where am I? Who am I is different from where. That's a nice try, though.
It'll be.
What do you think? I told you if you use the command on this line, you can see it on your screen right now.
PWD.
What is the meaning of PWD?
Let me see.
Okay.
It's a print name of current working directory.
So you want to print your current location. So I'll put PWD, and it's going to tell me I am inside media. So I'm inside slash, and then I'm inside media.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
Here, when I asked PWD, it said I was in slash. When I CD into media, it's telling me I'm in slash and then media. Now, I want to go back. I want to go back to slash. What do you think I'll use? What command do you think I'll use?
Yeah.
I'm in media folder. I want to go back into my root folder. What do you think I'll do?
You do CD slash. CD space slash.
Yeah, so this means I'm changing directory back to root again.
Okay.
And if I get here and I want to know where I am, I'll do pwd. It's going to print. Now I don't have the media anymore. It means I'm in root. If I want to verify I'm actually in root, then I'm going to list the content of root to verify that I'm actually in root. So I'll put ls,
Yes.
or I can, if I want to see it in horizontal, I just put ls-l. And this is telling me I'm actually in root. Now let's choose another folder randomly. Somebody choose a folder, then we go into it.
Let's use boot.
Boot, okay. So how am I going into boot?
CD/.
CD slash. No, CD slash, it will take you to root. And I'm already in root. If I do print working directory, I'm already in root. So if I want to go into boot, what do I do?
ls.
No, ls is just listing. If I do ls, it's just going to list the content of boot for me, root for me. But I want to change into specific folder called boot. So what do? I want to go into the folder. I want to open the boot folder.
Slash boot? No.
I think you do CD space.
CD
Okay, CD space.
boot.
BO tab.
BO tab. So we are that's it. So this is change directory into boot. This is how it works. Print my working directory. I'm already in /root. I list the content of /root and I figure that boot is already here. So what do I do? I CD into it. I'll change directory. I'll change directory or I'll open boot. It's the same thing. If I want to go to home, I'll change directory into home. If I want to go to run, I will change directory into run. It's the same as open run in Windows. So I go to enter. Now, how do I know I'm actually in boot? Can somebody tell me, how do I verify I'm in boot?
You do PWD.
WD.
PWD, print your working directory. Now you know you are in /boot. How do I list the content of boot?
ls.
ls command. Now boot has something in it. We have 1, 2, all this sitting in boot, right? So now let's do one thing. I'm going to change directory into loader. How do I go about that?
So you're going to change directory into what?
Loader. I want to change directory into this one.
What you would do is you do CD space LO tab.
So the LO is not only one. We have lost with LO, loader with LO.
So you can
So
do LOA tab.
Yeah. So then I'll go into that. How do I know I'm actually in loader?
PWD.
PWD. So you see, it's telling me that I move into root, from root to boot, then from boot to loader. How do I see the content of loader?
ls.
LX. Okay. So now you guys are getting the 10. So it's just, Linux is easy as long as you understand the fundamentals. That's why I'm taking my time for us to understand the fundamentals. Now I have only one entry in here. How do I see what is inside this one? How do I, if I want to get into this and see the content, what do I do?
You need to
CD
do
into that.
CD into entries. With the paddy here, I can come here and click on it. Then I'll right click and it's going to tell me paste, and it's going to paste it. And I'll put enter. Now I can print my working directory.
Right, can you repeat what you just did? The copy and paste.
You double click on this one, it's going to select it. Then you come over here. Sometimes this one is not going to show up. You come over here, then you left click, it's going to paste it. By my settings, it said that I have to actually paste it.
Okay.
But in some of yours, you just double click it, you left click, and it's going to paste it. So now I want to see where I am. Print working directory, and I see that I'm in root, boot, loader, entries. I want to see what is there. I put ls, and it's going to list it. So basically, that is how it works. Now I've cleared my screen. I want to go back to root, where we started over here. Oh no, I want to go back to boot. What do you think I should do?
Right, before you do that, the last time you cleared, you did, was it Q?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. So what I used was a shortcut. You use Control L.
Okay.
Control L, and it's going to clear it, the same as putting clear command.
Okay.
So now I want to go into my boot. Look at this diagram. I want to go back into my boot. What do you think I should do?
You do CD.
Oh, shit.
CD space
Space.
BO tab.
BO. It's not going to work. It's not working. So what do I do? In the first place, if somebody asks you to go into a specific location, the first thing you need to know is, where are you?
Okay.
So how do I know where I am?
Oh, okay. PWD.
Okay. So now I'm here. I want to get to this point. What do you think I should do?
CD. You want to go to boot, right?
Yeah, I want to go to boot.
CD space BO tab.
BO tab. It's not going to work. The reason why it's not going to work is ls-l. I can only CD into what is here, right? Remember, if I want to come here, let me give you an example. The best way for you to understand is, if I want to come here, I can just do copy this one to the boot. Then I will just do CD, and I'll paste my results. Then I'll be able to get there. How do I know I'm there? The boot has changed over here. When I was here in the entries were here. Now I can do print working directory. I know I'm in /boot, right? If you ask me again, take me back to entries. I can come over here and copy all this. This is the general path. So this is called absolute path. There are two paths. We have relative path and absolute path. We are going to get there, but this is just for the beginning. I can copy all this. Then I'll come over here. I'll do my CD command. Then I'll paste it. Or if I don't have the paste, I just do left click and it's going to come. Right click and it's going to paste. Then I'll enter. Now I know it's moved from boot to entries. How about if I am in entries, print working directory? They ask me to get into loader. What do you think I'm going to do?
You can copy boot and loader.
I'll copy boot. Remember, if I copy from here, boot and loader, look at what is going to happen. CD into this, and it will tell you there is no file or directory like that. Who can tell me why? Okay, this is the answer to it. Let's go back to this diagram. We said everything starts with root. So if I paste this one over here and I'm not already in the root directory, it means I am ignoring the root. And everything starts with the root.
Okay, so that means when you copied, you did not copy the first slash.
Yes, I did not copy the first slash. Now I'm copying the first slash, indicating that I'm starting from here, going into root, and then I'll go into inside the root, inside the boot into loader. So now I'll copy from here, and then I'll go to CD, then I'll paste it. Remember in Linux, let me go to enter. Now it's successful. It's telling me I'm in loader. In Linux, when you get into the PADI, anytime I select something, if I select this, I don't need to copy it. It automatically is going to copy it. When I come here and do paste, it's going to paste it. So you need to know that if you're in the SSH session, if you select anything without copying it, it's going to copy it. So you can try. If I want to copy controller, I just highlight controller and it has copied it. I'll come here, paste, and it's going to paste controller for me. I'll use my Control L to clear my screen. Now, moving forward. We've done all this. And this is the reason why we come to class with our assignment already done. Other than that, you are going to be confused. Trust me on that. The assignment help you to prepare your mind towards what we are doing. So the execution commands that I put, this one is telling us to do like cd into /usr/bin. So everybody try that and tell me the output, whether you had anything in it.
I see a $sign in front of the CD. Is that the same?
Yes, so we are getting there.
So you want us to do the $sign?
No, you don't have to put a $sign. Okay, before we get there, let's go. You see the sign, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, let me go to this side. Before I continue, do you see this sign, right?
Yes.
And then I'm going to put, how do I know who is logged in?
Who am I?
Who am I? So I'm logged in as root, right? If I want to get out of root, there's a command called exit. So exit as root, you just put exit and root will be exited. It will tell you log out. Then I can come here. Who am I again? Then it tell me I am Nana. Do you see any difference between the sign in front of or the sign before, right before who am I?
Yeah.
Who can tell me the difference?
I think the sign on the root is the pound sign, and the sign on the user is the $sign.
Okay, so now let's get back to this side. So this one, it says $CD USR/bin. When you log in as a regular user, it comes at a $sign. When you log in as root, it comes with the pound sign. Does it make sense? Yeah, that is why we have to go through this. So when you are copying the command, the $sign is just indicating that the person who was running the command was just a regular user. He wasn't root. Right, I think it says it somewhere up here. I tried to explain it. Yeah, somewhere up there. Yeah. So do you get it now? Was everybody able to cd into USR/USR?
Can we see the command again, please?
So open your notes as we go through this so that you can see some of the command and see what I'm doing. I have already posted this. It will make it more easier.
Yeah, okay.
So if you look at the hierarchy, it's telling you to move from root into this one, then gives you another option, which is inside the USR. Yeah, bin. All right, so now let's do it. We cd into USR, right? And then bin. It's gonna work. If I do print working directory, go ahead.
When you type the CD, you do space before the slash.
Yes, every command that you put in Linux, there is a space. I've been doing it, so it doesn't really occur to me that I have to tell you.
Okay.
Anytime I put a command pwd, I put a space. Like it's going to be normal for you. Like anytime you put a Linux command, you put a space. So I list the content, and this is the content of wherever we cd into. It has a lot of information. A lot of information. And whilst we are here, I'm going to tell you one thing. You see, some of these things have L in front of them, right? And W, L, W, they all have meanings.
Okay.
Some of them have a dash in front of it. Some of them will have a D in front of them. We will get in there and you understand. That is why Mobile STEM is able to give you the colors for you to appreciate, some of these things. So all the L's has a blue color. If you look at them, right? We are going to go to a place where we will see some D in front of some of our stuff. So you see here has a D, right? And this one has an L. The color changes a little bit. This one is D, D, like that. So we are going to go into that later, but just to give you a fair idea, whatever you are seeing here is not the same. That's why you are getting different colors. Now, I can clear my screen. My screen is a lot. I can put clear. I clear my screen. Now, I'm going to put a command and then I'll ask whether it's going to work or not. So this is where I am, right here. I want to put this command. Is this command going to work?
No.
Oh.
What?
The slash.
Roots. There's no roots.
There's no root.
Yes.
Mavis, do you think it's going to work? Alfred, Mame, can anybody tell me whether it's going to work or not? All right.
Can work if our period already now is no root. I mean, if our
this is my PWD and this is my results.
Okay, if yeah, that means it will work.
Okay, so let's try. You see, before I even go in there, let me put this diagram by it. I'm going into this one, right? And then I ask myself, okay, before I get there, where am I? Print working directory, say, oh, you're already in root. So this should work because I'm already in root.
Okay.
Then I go to print working directory and it's going to show me I'm already in root. It's going to work. If it's not going to work, let me see where I am right now. Let me put the same command. Is it going to work or not?
It will not work
Why is it not going to work?
because now you're in Nana. You're currently in Nana.
No, I'm not in Nana.
No, you are in.
You're in Ben. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm in Ben. So Ben is all the way inside the site. So USR is not in Ben. So we start from root, right? Go to USR and Ben. So when I'm in Ben, I will not be able to run this command for it to work. It's going to tell me no such file or directory. So if I really want to go into this, then I have to put the slash in front of it at this point. So the same command, when I come over here and put a slash, it means that cd change directory to root, then USR, then bin. Am I making sense? I ask myself, where am I? I'm in USR/bin. So I'm currently in the bin, right? I want to go back to USR, whatever. So I have to start from root, which is here. Then I'll go into this, then I'll go into the bin. Now it's going to work. If you do one or two few practice, you are going to understand what I mean. But let's move forward. I know some people are.
Basically, it's just like Windows, right?
Yeah.
Where there is a folder inside a folder.
Yes.
And
Folder
that, you know, for instance, if you have music in a folder, that is in another folder, you cannot play a music that is in one folder inside another folder. You have to open the folder that the music is in before you can play it.
Yeah, exactly that. So now it's the same ideology. Now I want to cd into my root. And let's move forward. So let's look at more commands. So we have what we call as the cat command, rule, blah, blah, all these things. Let's look at an interesting command that can, it's a date, utility to print or set the system date and time. So let's do date. It tells me it's Saturday, April the 2nd. Let's do cat. Cat is just calculator. It's just a calendar. It's just going to print the calendar for me. When I put like date, time, time, date, CTL. This one is not part of the command, but this is what controls your time. The command CTL, sorry. CTL. Linux is very sensitive. So it's telling me my local time, universal time, blah, 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 time zone, everything active. So we have commands in Linux that is going to give you information. So let's do like, we are going to use majority of this command. We call a command called kill. It's not going to kill human beings. It's going to kill processes inside the Linux. So let's do like command with move to utility or rename a file. ln, links, su, we have used this command before. We have used, I don't think we've used remote. We have used pwd, we've already used it. ps, report process status. So we can put a ps command and then it's just gonna tell us report status. ps always go with a command called tab. It's just gonna give you what is happening inside your system, who is logged in, blah, blah, blah. So if you did the same command with me, if you want to get out, you press the kill command and you'll be out. Now, let me print let me clear what I have. And we move forward. So what about if I want to view files? If I want to view files, there are so many commands. I can use this cat command. I can use less and more command. I can use less command. I can use vi command. So there are a lot of commands that I can use. So if you go into your system, then you put less etc services, like less / SC services, then I put enter, it's going to tell me what services are running. And then if I want to go down, I have to press enter or use the arrow key. So instead of printing everything all together, it's just giving me like space for me to see it and then run through them gradually. Let's do the same command with different, let's do the same thing by using a different command. Okay, so for me to get out, I press the kill command and then you are out. Remember, when you are stuck, kill or Control Z is going to be what you need. Kill or Control Z or Control C. So
you
now,
can just type clear too, right?
yeah, you can, no, depend. If you are stuck in a command, you cannot use the clear. Unless you are outside the command, that's when you use a clear command.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the same thing, if I do more is similar to less. So I'll be able to use the enter command to see everything instead of printing everything on one time. Now let's print everything one time and see what is going to happen. So I put my kill command, then I'm going to clear my screen. Then I will do like cut command. Let's see, service. I do the cut. So you see everything is coming to me at the same time. So I'm not able to have the opportunity to, I have to go back all the way to the top. Did you see the difference? I'm trying to show the same thing, read the same document. One of them is able to help me put them in groups. Then I'll be able to go, oh, I'm going. But this one print everything in front of my eyes. Right? So depending on how your command is or how you want to see it, there are so many commands to do the same thing. Okay. So now, so basically that is what this thing is going to tell you about. Now let's look into how can we create a file? How can we create a directory? Like how can we create a folder in Windows when it comes to Linux? So these are just the basics. We need to understand some of this. How can I move from A to B? How can I move from C to D? How can I create a file? How can I create a folder? Then from that ideology, we can move into how can I create a user? How can I create a user's password? How can I create groups? Why do we create groups? In the industry, right? When we get to that, I'm going to explain the reason why we put all this and why Linux is very secure and everybody wants to move into Linux. Everybody is already in Linux. It's not that they want to move into Linux. So now let's go to how do I create a file? We have so many ways of doing that. One of them is called a touch command. You touch something and it's going to create it. You can use the echo command. You'll get there. I'm going to show you what echo does. We can use the VI command. And we can also as well use the cut command. So in an interview, they can ask you, how do we create, can you mention 3 or 4 ways of creating a file? The touch is very simple. Everybody knows that. They're going to ask you, oh, I know the echo command can do that. I can use the cut command. I can use a VI to do the same thing. So those are some of the ways that you can create a file. So now everybody, let's go into our command line. Now let's cd into temp. Oh no, let's cd into /home. Before we cd in, let's check whether /home is at where we are. So how do we do that? You print working directory. We are already in home of Nana, right? So I'm already in home of Nana. So I'll do ls-l to see what is inside. There's nothing in there. Okay. Do you guys see directory like document, downloads, all that in that particular folder?
Yeah, I see those in mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason why you see it in there is because I have a different installation package and you guys have a different installation package. I'm using what we call as minimal install. So I am expecting to see this. So I don't have it. The way that I'm going to create it is I will cd into, I will make directory or create a folder in Windows. In Linux, it's called make directory. So mkdir, make directory, mkdir. And then I'm going to call the directory download. I'll press enter. I want to see if my download was there. I put ls, then it's going to show. Now I have a folder called downloads. Let me create another folder or directory called mkdir. I'm going to call it document. I believe you guys have documents in there. Then how do I know if my document is being created? I'll do ls and it's there. Now I have two things. Okay. So now if I want to get into my document, what is the command that I will use? Anyway, it's 8 o'clock. We take a 10 minutes break and then we will finish up real quick. All right, so I want somebody to share his screen, his or her screen, and then we keep moving. Alfred, do you have the ability to share your screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you share your screen and show us a couple of this stuff? All right, so we want to create a folder. No, not a folder. We want to cd into our directory. Anyway, is everybody here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right. So Alfred, just take us through how we want to cd into our documents. All right. We want to see what is inside the document. Okay, there is nothing inside the document. Now let's create a directory called Linux 1.
Create a directory.
Yeah, directory called Linux 1. Okay, so now let's cd into the Linux 1 directory. We want to create a file. The file name is going to be Ghana 101. We want to see whether our file is created or not. Okay, it's there. We want to see the owner of the file. No, we want to list the file set that we will see the owner of the file. There we go. Okay. Is everybody following what is going on?
Yes.
Okay. Are you able to do the same thing?
No.
You have to be practicing while he's doing it.
So creating a folder is MK directory, and creating a file is touch.
Yeah. So Alfred, just clear your screen and take us through what you just did.
I actually followed. I followed what he did.
Yeah,
So,
whatever that you did with 2, go back and do. You did it with Linux 1. Go back and do it with Linux 2 and Ghana 2. Whilst you are explaining for us to understand.
So I'm making another directory into this document. So that one will be mk make directory Linux 2. Then I want to check whether I have this folder in the document. So I'll do ls into it. Linux 2 is there. Now I want to cd into change directory into Linux 2. So I'll do this.
What's this?
So I'm now in Linux 2 now, and I want to make a file called Ghana 101 into this directory. So as you said earlier on, you can use touch, you can use cat, you can use echo, and so I decided to use touch. Touch Ghana 102. And then if I ls into it, there I have it.
Okay. Did everybody follow that? Okay. Now, Alfred, I want you to rename Ghana 101 to US 1010. No, Ghana 102 to US 102.
Rename
Ghana 101 to US 10. Oh, Ghana 102 to US 102.
Let me see if I can still remember. Is it MV or rename? Let me see this one. Let's see.
You remember you don't have 101 there. You have 102. To US 102. There we go.
So to rename is MV.
Yeah. So that's the thing. If you did the homework, you should be able to follow what we are doing.
Okay.
All right. Alfred, I want you to touch 2 files and name them test1, test2. Okay. Adele, what did he do? What did he do different with this one?
Honestly, I'm lost.
Okay. Francis, did you see what did he do different?
So the command line is different. Instead of you use a touch.
Okay, after the touch.
Test one.
Okay, Alfred, what did you do different with this command?
I mean, what this means is I can create multiple files with the same command with a touch.
Okay, so all of you, if you look at it, he did a touch 1, touch 2, right? And it still worked. He was able to create touch 1, touch 2. So
Okay,
what
so
that
he
means?
created two files at the same time. Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah, at the same time, yeah.
So he created test one and test two
on a single command line.
Okay.
Now, Alfred, I want you to create 20 servers on a 100 tests, 100 file 1 to file 100 with a single command.
Test, is it test?
No, file 1 to file 100. So how do we verify? Do you guys see what just happened? So this is one of the power of Linux. With a single command, he could have created like 100 million files and all of them would have come, as long as you know what you're doing.
So real quick, Alfred, before you proceed, the bracket from 100 to from 1 to 100, right? Which of them do you use?
I think it's that bracket we used at primary school. Remember those brackets?
Yes. But that's what I'm trying to find it online.
Yeah, it's that bracket.
So, like, which key do you use?
Shift, then the brackets, the open one. You see those two? We have the square brackets and the curly bracket. With the shift, then
Shift
Yeah.
what?
No.
Shift.
What?
Oh no, it's not shift. No, it's shift. Yeah, because the top ones we have to use shift. Then you hit that one.
Is it the one that's on the 9 or the 9 and 0?
No, it's not the 90. It's the one after P.
Oh,
Hold on.
okay.
The one after
The one after P or below the plus sign.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. 1, 2.
All right, so this is just to give you a brief introduction on how we are going to maneuver ourselves. Now, Alfred, I want you to remove the file number 30. And whatever that he's putting, it's in the document that I've already posted. That is why I'm not really explaining much into it. So you go through the document, then you will see it. You're going to find it. So I want you to remove the file number 30. And if you did the homework, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Now we don't have 30. Okay. Alfred, I want you to, I know this is going to be tough for you, but Ali, just give it a try. I want you to find the file number 53 using the find command.
I think minus is somewhere, right? Minus is somewhere in the command. Is it minus I? Okay, let me see if this one will work. No.
Remember, you use the find command. You have to define where the find should search.
Oh, okay.
You put a document. There is nothing in Linux called document. You wouldn't understand it. Oh, okay. Yeah. You're putting document. Remember, you need to put the real path. You need to put the absolute path to where you want it to find it. Did I close? Remember, document is not on the root directory. Remember that. All right, I know it's going to be tough, but what you need to do is to use a find command. That's a first step. Then you are going to search through the whole root directory.
The whole root?
Yeah, you search through the whole root directory. So find, then you delete everything. Now delete everything and leave the find command. And let's go through it. So find, then I'll put my path, which is a root directory, space. Then you put slash the dash. I know you were trying to find it. Dash I.
I name or I.
No, dash hyphen I. Name. Oh, it doesn't look right, but let's see. Then you put a space. Then you put a file that you want to search. Why are you getting this?
I should be root to be able to do that.
Correct. You should be root to be able to go into any slash root directory. So
okay.
You have to be root first.
So SU.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Where is it located?
home/a/document/Linux2.
Okay. Do you guys see what he just did?
So I still see permission denied on my own. Which
Yeah.
I think is the same for him.
Yeah. There are certain files which are for the system, so they wouldn't allow you. But
Oh,
at the end of the
okay.
day,
So
the file that he was looking for is inside home document Linux/file 53. Now, Alfred, let's copy the path to where we have the file 53 and cd into that. Let's go into that location.
What? Okay. Why won't they allow me to copy?
It wouldn't allow you to copy.
Okay, I think I did something wrong.
I was having the same issues.
It won't allow me to.
So you are seeding into a file. Remember,
But
you need to seed into the directory, not the file.
oh, okay. Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Now print working directory. Check where you are. Okay, so you can list whatever that you have in there. And then when you finish listing, I want you to delete the file 57. So delete in Linux and Windows is the same as remove. 53, sorry.
53 should already be removed, I think.
Yeah.
No, I see 53 with my eyes right now.
Oh, sorry, I made a mistake.
We removed 30. We didn't remove 53.
Instead of the F-I-L-E, I did F-I-L.
Oh, okay. Now let's find file 53. Let's see what the system is going to tell us. You can use the up arrow key to use the same find command, or you can type it again. So there is no file like that. So that means your find command is working. Let's find file number 1. Okay, file number 1 is there. Now, I want you to delete all the files in one command. Anything with a file with one command. Remember, you have other files also sitting in there called, I think, Ghana 1 and US. I don't know whether I see them. Yeah, so let's delete everything with the file in front of it in one command.
Let me see.
Remember, okay.
Hey.
When you are done, before you press enter, you have to explain to us what you have typed.
Let's try and see if it will work. All the files, right?
Yeah, or anything that start with file.
Let's see if it will work. No, it will go.
How?
This one, no, it will like make it 1111. It can be that. Let me see.
If you have 1,000 files to delete, then
let me.
But that's a good idea. Like, I like the approach. Yeah. Why are you putting star in it?
like start take care of like everything.
Okay. So
Yeah.
can you explain your first command, the one that was giving you yes,
The one that was
giving you -y, the remove star file 1 2.
I mean, I think that one will kind of, it will do it one. I mean, each after every step you have to hit yes, then it will delete and it can be that.
But you are close. You are very close. Can
I
anybody
don't know
come
if I
up
use
with
if I use the
idea?
minus rm minus r will get rid of all of them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know.
All right. So that's a nice try. Try this thing. Can you put space and you put -y? Let's see what happens.
Where? Like space.
Yeah, and put -y. Space -y in front of it. -y. Space. No, there should be a space between that. Let's see what will happen.
This way.
Yeah. Okay. Did you put dash? Why?
I push a single dash.
Try -y. Let's see what the system is going to say. Okay. So in this case, what you need to do, bring your command first. In the first place, the syntax of your command is wrong, but it was going to work and delete everything. What you should have done was to put the first thing you did, rm command is okay. You need to put in options. So let's put this command instead. Rm, delete everything. Let's delete everything, then we start. Rm means remove -r f means force to remove it. If you don't know what you're doing in the workplace, you never want to use the /f, the -f, because you see, Alfred saw that if he was going to remove a wrong file, it asks him, are you sure you want to remove it? Then he can have the option to say yes or no. What we are going to put here, we wouldn't have that option. So space, then we put file. Since we are going to remove everything with a file, then we put a star. So after the file, anything that follows after the file, so put a star. What this means is any letter that have these 4 letters, F-I-L-E, and anything else, delete. You put a space and you enter. Now let's list and see what happened. After you see what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
the command that you were going to use was going to delete the test 1, test 2, and the US 102, right?
Yeah.
But what I put in just selected only the file, anything file. All right. So somebody else will share his screen. Everybody's going to share their own screen. We have 5 minutes for everybody. Adele, share your screen. Thank you, Alfred.
Okay.
Hey, Mavis, are you there?
Don't see Mavis.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. So you are going to be the next person for us. You are going to teach us. Adele, open, make your screen bigger. Make your.
This thing is blocking
What is blocking it?
the Zoom call.
Okay, there we go. Now, Adele, make a
Me, I'm lost though.
make a directory. Alfred, you can help me, or whoever is there, Francis, whoever. I want you to make a directory called fax. A directory called fax.
Oh, mkdir.
Okay. Do I bring space fax?
That, I think that's it. You can hit enter, space, enter.
And then you can
Do ls and see if it's there.
ls and see what's.
Maybe you can just. I think we're in the documents directory.
So, how do you know where you are?
Do a PWD.
So all this while Adair was not in documents. So whatever that he did went to /bin. So that's just to let you know, in case you have an issue like this, you need to clean it up. But we are not going to clean it. Now, Adele, cd into your fax, the folder that the directory that you just created. I want you to create 2,000 files. No, create USA 1 all the way to 2,000. A file called USA 1 to 2,000.
No, it's a file, so you can use it as a touch.
Okay.
Then the US will come.
And you do space. And it's
No,
US.
don't do space. You open the bracket.
Oh yeah, you open the bracket, sorry.
Right, what's the number?
Dot 2,000. And then you close it. And hit enter. Then you can ls.
All right, so I want you to remove every file that has US13 in it. Remove every file that has US13 in it.
Minus RF. No, minus RF. No, the RM is correct. Then space minus RF. Space Then this one will be the, let's try this and see if it works. US 13. Then you bring the star. Yeah, let's try if it works. No, star. Okay.
I think there should be a space before the star.
No.
Or it comes right after it. Okay.
Yeah. Just enter and let's see. Yeah, that means it works. So do ls and let's see if
Okay.
It worked.
Yeah, kind of. Now remove every file that start with 1.
you can use the top arrow and it will bring all the commands again.
Okay.
No, okay.
Bright, what was it?
Every file that start with US1. So Mavis, whilst we are doing this, I'm going to assign certain things to everybody. Then when you are done, we share our screen.
Oh, okay.
Mavis, I want you to go into your directory, your home directory, Mavis. Then you cd into your documents.
Oh, there should be space.
Inside your documents, I want you to create a folder called Mavis Linux. And inside Mavis Linux, I want you to create a files, 1,000 files.
Do I bring the star?
No, the brackets will not come.
Okay.
From
All the 2 brackets, yeah.
1 to 1,000. Name it as Mavis 1 to Mavis 1,000. So everybody do the same. Francis Ofege.
Then
Yes.
1, then bring the star. Let's see.
Go into your home directory. Go into documents.
Can you repeat that please again?
Go into your documents. And then you create a files.
Yeah,
the files are going to be your name from 1 to 1,000. In the folder called your name. So you
want us to create a directory
with your name.
Called name. Okay.
Call your name. Maybe if you are Francis, you give it Francis. If you are Bright, you give it Bright. If you are Nana, you give it Nana.
Okay.
Inside the Nana folder or directory, I create a file from Nana 1 to Nana 1,000. Okay. Now, Adele, I want you to find me a file called US 630.
Right.
Yeah, May.
Please come again. You said I should go to home and make a directory.
No, go to your documents inside your home, and then you make a directory called Mavis.
Mavis, okay.
Inside the Mavis directory, you should make a file from 1 to 1,000 called Mavis 1 to Mavis 1,000.
Just a quick question. If you want to scroll up, what do you do?
You use the top button, then you keep going. Yeah. So let me show you something. As Alfred was trying to tell you, go down to the bottom. Instead of scrolling up, you can use the arrow, top arrow and down arrow, and the command that you've already run is going to come up. So delete the find. Yeah. So keep going. You see all the commands that you've already run. Use the up arrow. Keep using the up arrow. Keep using it. Yeah. So you see all the commands that you've run. It's going to show.
Okay.
Let me show you this before you close. Clear everything. If you want to see all the commands that you've run for the day, you put what we call a history. Put the command called history. clear everything and
You
put,
want me to clear? Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
clear everything and put history.
History.
Yeah, put the word, no, you haven't cleared everything. Clear everything in there, clear everything. Backspace. Yeah, there we go. Put history. Enter. So these are the commands that you've run since you started. And this is how I know whether you are following the class or not. So you started, you ask who am I, you list, you do man PW, you had an error, then you made it right, man on PWD. You cd into me, then you had a cd command wrong, then you did it correct, then you clear your screen, you run the ps command ls more, then you touch 1 to 100, and you touch 1 to 100, you make a directory called fax. You see what I mean? So I can always see whatever that. So anytime there's an issue, we can go back and see what we run in our history command. Now, I want you to find a file called US630.
We have to indicate the source where you're searching for that information, and you are searching it in the no, the find is correct. So like find, where are we finding it? So like we are finding it in the root, so space root. Root is basically like the whole the big directory. We are finding the US30 in the big directory. So space, then we say I name, my dash, I name, no dash should come. No dash before the I. Then the file name will follow. US, whatever we are looking for. No space, it should be space. Yeah.
Right, what was the number again?
630.
Says permission.
Yeah, it's down there. You see that after the permission denied, no, the second row, no. It shows you where. That's, he said, like the first one is like system something you cannot access. But where we are looking for is the second part he gave, and that is where that file is sitting.
So now I want you to delete that file.
Delete the US630.
Yeah. Find US630. Remember, you can use the up arrow key or you can type it again. Did you find it?
Yeah.
Did you delete it?
No.
Why? Delete it. Alfred, can you help out?
Yeah, you see, when you type the command, it said remove regular empty file. Like it asks you a question with a question mark, and so you have to either confirm whether to delete it or. So you have to tell either yes or no.
Oh, okay.
So
Mavis, are you ready?
And it's a Y.
it's the Y, yes.
Yeah, maybe.
So now you check it and you see it's gone. No, you this one maybe you like use the fine still, but this one you might look through and you might not see it.
Use the up arrow key to find. Use the up arrow key. Again. There we go. Down. Then enter. So this time it's not there. Thank you. Mavis, can you share your screen? I'm going to give everybody 1 minute, then we will be done. Adele, stop sharing. Mavis, please share your screen. And just for you to know, I've already posted the homework for the week. And it's currently pending. Okay. So, May, can you list whatever files that you created?
Hello?
Yeah, can you list all the files that you created? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Here's the file. You said maybe it's 1 to 1,000 files.
Yeah.
So this is the file that I created.
We don't see it.
Oh, I'm not sharing it.
Am I the only one not seeing it?
Yeah,
Can
I'm
you
not
see
seeing
my?
it too.
Oh, you can't see it still.
No.
You can see your terminal, but there's nothing on your terminal.
Oh,
I think you
Alright, so whilst
maybe
Mavis is trying
can you
to
see it now?
no.
maybe 7, maybe 7, right?
No, maybe you can't see the listing that I've listed.
Nah. So
Oh.
just try and fix it. We'll come back to you.
Okay, let me stop sharing it.
Ofege, can you go ahead? Ofege, are you sharing or? Hello. If you are talking, we can't hear you. It looks like maybe you're on mute.
Oh, he's unmuted.
I can't hear him.
Can you see mine now?
Oh, maybe it's stop sharing. Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay.
All right. So maybe it's go to history.
History. I forgot.
Yeah, just put history. Enter. Okay, so who am I? Blah, blah. He did catch Mavis. He did find Mavis. Okay. So now list whatever you have in there. Okay. So I want you to delete every file that start with 9, Mavis 9.
No, I forgot.
Yeah. So the whole team can help out.
minus RF. Space.
Mavis,
9.
9.
I
No,
said
it's only-
every file
it will
that start with
Oh,
9.
no, what should I do?
Yeah, 9. Then we bring the star or asterisk, whatever.
Now prove to us that you actually did it. No.
No, do ls.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I want you to find every file that start with 7, maybe 7. Find every file that start with maybe 7.
The location has to come first. Where you are searching. We are searching the root. That's where all this information is sitting. Until like find then the root. Slash.
Slash. No.
It's supposed to be shift.
Oh,
Okay.
Then space.
what is wrong?
Then the dash I name will come.
I said search for every file that start with maybe 7. Every single file that start with maybe 7.
I guess you add the star.
There's maybe 7.
Anyway, that's okay. I just wanted to get the ideology from you. So that's fine. You might need to put in more expressions to get that done.
Okay.
So who is this? Francis? This is going to be the last one for the day, right? Ofege.
You see my screen?
Yeah, I can see us. Ofege. Ofege is not there. Okay. Mavis,
Yeah.
I want you to tell Francis what to do. Then he's going to do it for us to see.
Okay.
Do you guys see my screen, please?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can see your screen.
Just to be sure.
Can you delete file 648? Francis 648.
And 648.
Okay.
Francis, your location should come.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Thanks, sir.
No, dash.
Okay, Alfred, can you tell him what one thing to do?
He
Give him
he
one.
he deleted Francis 648 and he's shown that he's
Yeah,
actually deleted.
yeah, I know. I'm telling you to give him an assignment so that
Oh, okay.
he will prove to us that he's doing it.
Oh, okay.
And Alfred, we are we man we know how to put
Already did good.
Remove, delete all files that start with 4.
Oh my god.
When you are done, don't press enter. Okay, Adele, is this command going to work or not?
Oh no, hold on.
No, Francis, it's not a question.
Hold on. Before you pose that question, hold on.
Adele, is this command going to work or not?
No.
Why?
No.
Okay. Why is it not going to work? We want to know your reason.
There's supposed to be a dash before the R.
Is it there's not supposed to be a dash before the R?
There is supposed to be.
Okay.
I think he put it.
It looks like he put a dash.
Yeah.
I forgot it initially.
It wasn't there.
Okay. So now let's see if it's going to work. Alfred, are you satisfied?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. And then we're going to meet next week. I'll be expecting.
So right, real quick.
Okay.
Instead of working in the other interface, we can just use the
Web, whatever.
this interface that we've been using.
Yeah. But remember, when you shut your machine down,
this also
the Oracle VirtualBox is going to shut down. So for you to get back into this, you need to turn on your Oracle VirtualBox app, and then you go and start your machine in the Oracle. You use the green arrow thing to start it. Then you can come into this and then log in.
Okay, so real quick, if we decide to whatever we did today in here, if we decide to clear all of it, because whatever we've done in here also takes effect on the other one, right?
Yeah, you're actually inside your virtual
the other
machine.
one. Okay.
Yeah, this is just giving you a platform for you to work.
To connect it. Okay.
Yeah.
So
okay, since you asked a question, let me give you an assignment.
Hey.
I want you to delete the folder, the directory called fax.
Oh, you mean me?
Yeah. I want you to delete the directory called fax.
Tiny.
That's all right.
Francis, hit enter. Linux there. If it's not correct, he will tell you.
Yeah.
No, but you see, you're deleting the folder in the folder. So probably you just have to step back to be able to delete the fax because you are still in the fax folder.
Oh, okay.
So you can just step back. Yes, you CD.
Let me see. Let me see where I am.
That's the first step. Mhm.
So I'm now in.
You're now in fax.
I'm now in fax.
And fax is in Linux 1.
So
CD, then you can copy all that line up to the Linux 1. Okay. Alex, and let's see if it's still there or it's gone. Yeah, it's gone.
See how Linux is easy. So that means that all these files that you created, Francis, whatever, everything is gone.
okay. Okay.
All
So
right.
so if I want to keep deleting it, I can just go back, do how do you call it? PWD, know where I am. I can delete all the way up to up to documents, I guess.
Yeah, you can delete everything up to documents if you want.
Okay.
All right. I believe the class has already exhausted this time. I'll catch up with you guys next week. If you have any question, let me know within the week, and then I'll be waiting for your assignment. Do the assignment is going to help you because anytime you do the assignment, there's always going to be a pre-information before the class. So if you're able to do that assignment when you come to class, you are just going to flow with the class. Normally, it's going to be like a YouTube video or simple assignment for you to at least introduce you to some of the commands before you come to class. And then in the class, in one of the documentation, I just put Linux basic command. You can run all those commands and go to your history and take a screenshot and add it as part of the homework. So Francis, go to your history right now. Put the command history. Yeah, so when you look at the basic command list that I have attached in there, you run all those commands. When you are done to the last one, you run history command, you take a screenshot, and that is going to be your last question.
Okay.
The homework. Okay. Thank you, guys. I'll see you again next week.
Oh, thank you very much, Brad, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.